you gonna dig this.
They'll throw the second for one, and now they got the man trapped in third and tagging out.
And 2nd and 2, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
Hear me? I know you gonna dig this.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How everybody doing today? Monday after the Super Bowl. As you can tell, I don't have a voice. But the reason why I don't have a voice is because I went out Saturday night with my friends. We go to the Legion, and the music is blasting, and I lose my voice in the Legion. I didn't do too much talking yesterday. I just was like,
I gotta stop you. Do we have anybody else on the line?
We got one person on the line.
Who's on the line?
That would be Coach Gray.
Coach Gray, how you doing today?
How you doing?
I need your help. We got to do something for Kel. We got to say happy birthday to her. I ain't that good of a singer, but you know what? We're gonna do this right. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right, I'm done. You can go with you finish your solo.
Okay. So anyway, I don't know about you guys, but Super Bowl was pretty good. It kept me on the edge of my seat. But some plays that we need to talk about. Coach Gray, first one I need to know, and Mo, is how do you not know the overtime rules as a head coach in the NFL who getting paid millions and millions and millions and $1 to coach a football team? And Coach Gray, Mo said, he's a coach for the 49ers. This is crazy because I think that if we go back and we think about the last time we had this conversation is with the Philadelphia Eagles when they didn't know the overtime. And there's a lot of players that don't know the overtime. But the Kansas City Chiefs knew the overtime. The 49ers didn't know overtime. I'm bedazzled by that for the simple fact that you get paid all this money and you're supposed to prepare your team. San Francisco was prepared yesterday to win the game. There's some things that didn't go their way, but I think that when it all came down to it, I think coaching was the key. These are things that I saw in the game that kind of took me for a loop. One is that San Francisco messed up when they went to the 2-minute warning. They should have ran a play for that 2-minute warning because the clock was gonna stop anyway, regardless of if they ran the ball, the clock was gonna stop anyway. But it had been over 2 minutes, so you saved 2 minutes for Patrick Mahomes to do what he had to do. That's number one. Number two was the field goal. I think it was. It was the field goal.
It's the one that was blocked.
Well, no, that just happened. You know, what I mean, that was a great play on defense. He kind of pulled a little bit. But that definitely, Dana, that did turn the dynamics of the game around because now you don't need 7, you need 3, right?
I love how you're killing most
But
moments.
but my question to you guys is, if you didn't know anything about football and you watched the 49ers play in that first half and you didn't know the score, you'd have thought the score was 20-3, right? They outplayed San Francisco, outplayed Kansas City Chiefs for the whole first half. But I think coaching had something to do with it. Not like Shanahan has not been in this same situation before. And did he learn anything from it? I hope he did. One more thing before I let you guys talk. I think one thing was a big difference in the game is that Mahomes made plays with his feet. Brock Purdy didn't do it. And I don't understand why they didn't allow him to run some because they did against Detroit on some broke down plays. Why didn't they set some plays up from the run? Because they saw that he could run. He had 49 yards, something like that against the Detroit Lions. So why didn't they allow him to use his feet a little bit? That to me, that's the difference. That's the difference of winning and losing the game and not knowing the overtime rule. That's for players to honestly come out and say they didn't know it. There you go, football IQ. If the coach comes out and say you don't know it, to me that's a special teams. That falls on special teams, I think, as well. But for the coach says, well, I don't know the rules. I just know that um, they don't know the difference between regular season overtime and overtime in the Super Bowl in the playoffs. They're gonna keep going until somebody not score or somebody gets a turnover or something like that. But one more thing, I think that in overtime they should see the ball. Gave the ball. Now you know what you gotta do for San Francisco. That means that you got 4 downs to get a first down. There's no ifs and buts about it. 4 downs. You know, so that was my take. Dana, what was your take on the Super Bowl? What's some things that you saw that kind of changed the game around for Kansas City? What things you saw that hurt Kansas City? But the same thing with the 49ers.
I know y'all gonna play, but I didn't watch the Super Bowl with the overtime. I was in a little bit, and they didn't even have the TV. I'm sure that they think about my college TV. They have to. He's a young man that
Dana, Dana, you're muffling. You're doing a lot of. We can't hear what you're saying. Only thing I heard you say was. Go ahead. Say it again.
Well, I said he had an accident. He fell in the pool, and I mean, maybe by the time the meeting, the family meeting was over, I got home with the little when the Super Bowl was going into overtime. I kind of been like listening to the at work and I want to speak up. I'm going to speak up for 2 things.
Man.
I don't think the new overtime rules should matter. I don't think you should get the ball That's just the NFL thing. And like, if Josh Allen get a chance to, you don't deserve a chance to get the ball. If you can't stop me through the whole game, and I'm running with clock out to keep this winning field goal, that's game. To give him another chance to try just because you won't raise me. I'm like, we need to drop that rule. They need to go back 1-4, win the game. That's why you pay all those athletes their money. That's why you pay all those coaches. This is life. I can't lie. You don't feel scared to get it right. And you make that one mistake in life, you change your whole life. I know it's a game. I don't think they should give everybody a chance to touch the ball again. Okay. I know how they let us see. Let us see what happens if we have to get the ball. No, it's enough to score. We got a chance. We go on.
So can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question about that, Dana, real quick?
Yes.
So should the coin determine who gets the ball in overtime?
Yes.
Okay, so you're taking a chance on a coin, right?
Right. Right.
I understand your point, but I gotta disagree.
It's always your part of the game.
But that's part. That's love to me.
You have a pop quiz.
To me,
you have to get the first 5 questions right. That's how I score. The coin toss. If your team to stop my team, that's the super score. That's your owner. That's your fault for drafting them losers. I don't think you deserve a chance. You got to stop all this participation crap. Let your team.
Is anybody out here that's listening to the show or watching shows? Do anybody agree with Dana on it shouldn't have 2 possessions? No. If whoever get the coin flip, if they're going to score, the game should be over. Anybody here agree or disagree with that with Dana?
Agree with it. I agree with it.
Okay, so we got. Okay, so Tom, Tom, I'm gonna let you go first, and then Coach Greg, you can come after him. So Tom, explain to us why you disagree with. Why you agree with Dana. Now, it ain't because you're a 49er fan, is it? Or you didn't agree with this since they first brought it in? Because Dana never agreed with this from the very beginning. He never agreed, and we always would go back and forth on why I felt like it was okay. I agree. I understand why Dana felt the way he felt, but at the same token, I'm not taking it. You should have to take the coin flip should not be the means of the end of who gets the football in a game. Because if the coin flip would have went to Buffalo against Kansas City, Buffalo wins the game. I think they both offensively was crazy that day. So I think Buffalo and Buffalo had a legitimate excuse why we should get the ball. But getting back to you, go ahead, Tom. Tell us why you disagree.
Well, I think there shouldn't be 2 different rules for and using them. There should be 1 set of rules. Now, if it's true that the coach didn't, that's on him. But there should be 1 rule.
Okay, so
now, as far as the coin flip.
So let me ask you a question about which rule would you prefer? The one that they play on the regular season games, or the one they use in the playoffs?
Regular season.
Okay. So the one in regular season.
First score wins the game. You win the coin toss, you go down, you score. Game over.
That's not the rule.
That's not the rule.
Yeah. But that's not the rule. They changed the rule. They changed that rule to what it is now. Right?
Still two different rules, though. It's still two different rules.
No, listen to me. Listen to what I'm going to say to you. They change the rules in the playoffs that you have to continue. You have to play. In regular season, the difference is that if the game ends, the game can end in a tie and it's over and done with. The same rule applies.
Oh, yeah.
The same rule applies in the regular season as it does the playoffs. It's just that in the playoffs, you just can't come and kick a field goal if that's your first possession. The other team gets an opportunity for the football. That's the difference. And the reason why it's a difference is because
that's not the difference, okay.
That's not the difference, okay. So, a couple things jumped out at me.
Wait 1 second, Tom.
Okay.
Wait 1 second. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Mo.
The rule is now that if in overtime, if a team gets a field goal, the game continues and the other team gets one more opportunity. The playoffs, though, I mean, in the playoffs, it was if a team scores a touchdown, the team still gets another opportunity. That's the difference. So it's not that if you just score on the first possession, the game is over like it used to be. It was still if you just scored a field goal, the other team got a possession. That's the difference. They could have, if San Francisco got a touchdown, Kansas City would have still got a possession. And I think everybody in the stadium would have went crazy, thought San Francisco won the Super Bowl, and they would have been wrong. Might have been somebody that released the pyro. It might have been somebody that released all the stuff in the air because they didn't know either. Like what happened with the Celtics and the 76ers, because they don't know how things go either. So I'm glad it didn't happen because it would have been funny if the pyro guy would have released all the pyro and there was still game to be played. So that's what I wanted to say to it.
Okay. Go ahead, Tom, finish.
All right. So two things jumped out at me yesterday. When you abandon the run, that's the first thing.
Okay.
Now, I heard a lot of radio, and they're like Mahomes had the game here. Okay, he threw for 300 yards. He was 40 for what? 40 pass attempts, and made how many? Nothing about the picks. Nothing about how shitty he was playing in the first half, and started the third. They're making him like he's like on the football field.
Does it matter how you play during the game or how you finish the game?
He's a great quarterback.
No. You gave me this last week. You said that it doesn't matter. Don't talk about hypotheticals. Talk about what happened. You can't use the same argument that I gave last week and not give me a hard time about it this week. You are coming to play this week. That's why you're here. You can say all you want to, but in the end of the game, he made the play.
But they didn't give no credit to Brock Purdy, a 24-year-old.
Wait a minute, Tom. Wait, Tom. Wait a minute. I don't know what game you was watching. I don't know what game you was watching, but they gave him a lot of praise. Spagnuolo said he killed our zone. Spagnuolo said
No. I didn't say him. All the sports talk radio guys only get.
I did not hear that today. What I heard was that Brock Purdy was Brown. He said Brock Purdy he's no longer a system quarterback. He called him something else. But I now I don't know what I listen to ESPN at work. I mean, going to work, and I heard nothing but praise for Brock Purdy. So I don't know what radio station you was listening to.
So it was the guy evening. I can't remember the two guys.
Stu God.
I get it around.
You said Stu God?
Yeah, around 4:30 on ESPN.
Yo, he's not a 49er. He's not a 49er fan, period. So he probably gonna go negative on Brock Purdy. But like we said last week, like Stu God, what you talking about? But like we said last week, though, when you're the last two teams, you can't talk bad about the team. You just gotta look at the things that they did wrong in the game. Brock Purdy kept them in the game. He's not the reason why they lost.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He had a hell of a game. He had a hell of a game.
They're able to run the ball on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. And the defense that Kansas City played, and we're playing the spot after.
Well, I think
on Purdy, they were playing a spy. So that's why he wasn't running.
I got to disagree with that. Coach Mo, give me your take.
Oh no, they did.
Wait. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to you. But Coach Mo, give us your take. Coach Gray. I'm sorry, Coach Gray. Give us your take.
What I saw last rhythm. Their rhythm really off on the first half, and when they went into halftime, Purdy and Mahomes had 122 yards passing. The same. That's the same passing. Right? If you notice, the captains of the team got into one another's behind, so policing one another. Players went to the players and said, "This is not who we are." Not the coaches, but the players. Because the players understood what they had to do on their field, not the coaches. With Chelsea going after the coach, there had to be some disconnect going back and forth with communication among the players and the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have a water boy, you have a marketing person, there's no excuse for any team to not know the rules. There should be an assistant coach on that team on both sides to understand and get back to the head coach and know what the situation was. That was a cooking flaw, period, in the story. So what I saw was, yes, 49ers was running the ball, but they were also trying to a pull-up team from not just this game, but the week before, because they should have not even been in the Super Bowl.
I have to agree.
Understand that.
I have to agree.
Right? Because if Detroit would finish what they started, we wouldn't be talking about 30, 49ers, or anything. So you have to factor that in. But
right.
We had a Super Bowl yesterday. And that Super Bowl was won by experience versus a system. Well, someone asked a question when they said, Mahomes had 300 yards passing. How many yards did he have rushing? You got to understand, you got to factor in the completeness of the offense. The reason why Purdy didn't run because Purdy confused, because the defensive coordinator kept him confused. He had saw he probably saw a show whatever, and then dropped to something else. When they were inside the red zone, last drive, when field goal because they pulled two of their linemen and 95 got the tackle. Well, nobody touched him.
Chris
got
Jones.
in space.
Yes.
That disrupted the entire system of Purdy's play. Because if you take a look at the play, that guy was wide open on the goal line, and nobody was there.
Wide open.
That's called coaching.
But he was instead of screaming.
He was wide open.
That's what you saw. But he didn't have no time. Say that again. Jennings was wide open. Didn't have time.
But no.
Very lack of time.
But we're not talking about Jennings.
Can I ask him one question though?
Wait a minute, Mo. If you look at the play, there was somebody right in the middle of the field. If he'd have looked that way, he was wide open. If he threw it there, that would have been a touchdown. But Jennings' play had to develop. And when it had to develop in order for him to get him the ball, by that time, Chris Jones was in his face.
Exactly.
Patrick Mahomes carried the ball 9 times for 66 yards, averaged 7.3 yards. The longest run was 22 yards. To me,
what was his total offensive yard output? Right? Well over 8. And that'll put you over 400 yards of total offense. That's the difference. Right.
Go ahead, Mo.
I just want to ask one question. Was Patrick Mahomes, when there was 2 different things that I noticed in the Super Bowl. There were times when Patrick Mahomes was rushed and the pressure was right in his face, and there were times when Brock Purdy was rushed right in his face, and neither one of them had time. The difference is Kelsey, Rice, and the other guys were where they're supposed to be. When Brock Purdy was pressured, he either threw the ball too far or he didn't get the ball there because he had happy feet. Didn't anybody else see that he had happy feet when he gets pressured right in the face? Because what I'm saying is, if I saw it, every defensive coordinator saw it, and that's going to be a problem for Brock Purdy. He needs to work on that over the off season. I can't hear anything, Kev, when I'm muted.
With no, I disagree. I disagree with the happy feet. I do say this: he didn't know what to do with his feet. Because the difference is, Mahomes had the same situation, but he knew how to get to a place and still look for his pass. When he overtook Kelsey for the interception, he was still looking to pass. Purdy was not in that situation at all. That's the difference.
And I agree. And I give Purdy credit. He played a great game. Except when they got pressure in his face.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So if he fixes that, he becomes elite. If he made that one throw to Jennings, we wouldn't be having this conversation. If he made that one throw to Debo, where he hit him at the end of the end zone. But he didn't.
There we go.
I mean, Brock Purdy was 23 for 38 for 255 yards, average 6 yards and 1 touchdown. He was sacked 4 times. He got one for 4 sacks, something like that. Quarterback rating was 69.8. Overall rating was 89.9. But to me, the difference in the game was when Patrick Mahomes got an opportunity to run the ball, he ran that. Brock Purdy didn't, and I think that's where you got to bring that. That's where. Stop. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that.
He couldn't avoid. That's what's happening.
Yo, listen. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at stats, and if I go back and if we go quarter by quarter, his stats probably get worse in the 4th than it does in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, right? So my thing is right. So my thing is the bottom line is that Patrick Mahomes had an opportunity to run the football, which he doesn't, which he really does. And I'm gonna go back to last year when the Giants played. Who the Giants play in the playoffs? Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
Daniel Jones takes off and runs. They're not equipped for that, right? That was the key to them winning that game, because the next week he wasn't doing that. So sometimes you gotta give them something they never saw before, and because of Brock Purdy is one of the reasons why they beat Detroit, because he ran and picked up some yards running the football. I just think that sometimes you have to play outside the box, and you got to do things they don't expect you to do, and see where it goes. Say that again.
How old is Kelsey?
How old is Kelsey?
Yeah, Kelsey. How old is?
I don't know.
I think he's in his early 30s. Early 30s.
34.
34. Okay. He's 34. What does age have to do with anything? Well,
George Kittle is 30.
Everybody is saying that Mahomes is going to win 5 more Super Bowls in his career. It's possible, but you gotta look at who they're going to lose, who's going to retire, who they're going to bring in. And if you hurt, you have to look at the bookend. What's the bookend for?
Yo, no.
The bookend is Tom Brady. I'm not thinking of Mahomes. I'm not thinking of Tom Brady last year.
41. He turned 41. He was 40 when he last
played. You have to take a look at 41. You got to go look at 41 years old and your 22, 23-year-old quarterback. That's the margin that everyone is putting the quarterback position on now. Why? Because this guy stayed in the game until he was 41 years old. Okay? If you take a look at the projections right now, for the first 6 years of Mahomes and the first 6 years of Brady, right? Brady and Mahomes kills Brady in the first 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you got to stop, if you're going to try to numbers, use the bookend.
And the thing
what is your measuring stick?
And the thing about it is Kansas City coming back, because they're gonna be scary good next year, because now they're trying to do something nobody has ever done in a long time, is win 3 Super Bowls. So they so
30 would have won 10 championships in his career. Because he's only 24. If he's 24, now he's on track to win 10. Are you talking about Purdy? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he would have won, everybody would have said, "Oh, well, he's back to 10, 24." Well, how old?
They wouldn't have said that.
He wasn't 24. But he has to be close. He has to be 24, 25, or 26.
He's been in 6 consecutive AFC championship games.
He's been in 6 AFC championship games.
No, consecutive championship games.
No. But see, this is where you become. I'm a fan of the Browns. I'm a fan of the Rams, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and say.
Yes.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid of Patrick Mahomes, because now, first off, this is probably the worst team he's played with since he's been there. They have the most drop passes in the league. He has the most. The wide receivers dropped the most passes in NFL history.
It's the same team as last year.
What?
Minus the cheetah. Look, when they lost the first game of the year, to the Detroit Lions. Right then, everyone thought that they were not going to even get back to the Super Bowl. So they're not the same team. And that's what they said. If you talk about the media, here's the problem I have with the media. 90% of these people never played the game. 90%. Okay? So why are we listening to people who've never done it before?
Okay? If I was this, minus players who've been in the trenches, who understand this game, from former coaches to players, but these coaches who right every day. Come on, man.
Which,
You don't know the players.
so since you're a coach, you're telling me that the same team they had this year wasn't the same team they had last year.
What I'm telling you is, when they're
can I answer that?
Anything's possible. That's what I'm telling you. Okay? If you take a look at the weapons that the 49ers have on the offensive side, from proven running back, proven Debo, proven the tight end Kelsey. Okay, those guys were proven. Everybody wasn't proven the second year.
Kansas City not having the same thinking, and now we're on Frisco not having. I want to know, how did Kansas City not the same team as last year minus the cheetah?
Because the Cheetahs been gone 2 years, and they lost their left tackle. And Donovan Smith is one of the worst left tackles in the league.
In the last 20 years, with the New England Patriots.
If you're a coach, tell me why you think it's a different thing.
Why Kansas City? Why Kansas City? Why Kansas City?
You said that the team they had this year was different than last year. The only difference was the cheetah.
No, because he's been going 3 years.
Okay.
3 years.
No, but see, what you
didn't have nobody today.
But what you're missing, the part that you're missing is that what Coach Gray was trying to say to you, when they lost to Detroit the first game of the season, we knew that Detroit. We already knew because Mo told us that Detroit was going to be good this year. We already knew that.
Yes.
Right. So they try to put two high-power offenses together and see how it worked. Okay, and Detroit won. Kansas City struggled through the whole season. Only thing Kansas City had to do was get in the playoffs. Once you get in the playoffs, that's when your pedigree steps up and you step out. Okay, you beat Buffalo, then you go to Baltimore and you beat Baltimore, right? So,
I know all that. I know all that.
But wait a minute. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. The difference is that they have never played anywhere else but Kansas City in the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's the difference. So they took this. This is the worst team he's had. He took that team on the road and went to Super Bowl with him. It's not the same team. It's not.
What was the last team to do that?
It's not the last.
What's the last team? On the road and win a Super Bowl? What was the last team? It was the Steelers. It was the Steelers. With the Patriots, with Tom Brady, with the Patriots, how many times did they go on the road to win a Super Bowl? How many times?
But the Steelers didn't have a home game at all. We were the first 6 seed to do
it. And that's the part. But that's the part.
4 or 5 years.
But that's the part I was trying to get to you, Tom, because you wouldn't let me get to it. Their defense. And see, what people need to understand is that at the beginning of the season, you're all offense. You're gonna see guys score 35, 40, 45 points a game because the defense has not caught up to the offense as a whole in the beginning of the season. Kansas City's defense was terrible. We were sitting here mad at them because they didn't go out there and trade for the wide receiver from Oakland. I mean, from the Raiders. We was mad because they didn't go out and get the wide receiver from Diggs up in Buffalo because we felt that's all they needed because they didn't have a wide receiver that could continue to catch the ball like he needed to. So what happens is that team as a full catches up with each other. They win the division, and now the scenario is that they can't. Let's see if he can take it on the road. And what you're missing is that he went on the road with this is the worst team he's ever had in the 6 years that he's played in the NFL. This is the worst team. Worst team. The worst team. Worst. Let me rephrase that. Worst offensive team. It was the worst offensive team. Let me rephrase it. Worst offensive team that he had.
Was it the offensive team as last year?
No, it wasn't the same.
Who they at?
I think two of the wide receivers, some of the wide receivers wasn't there. I don't know. I'm not for sure.
Edwards-Helaire?
Hey.
And the other guy last year.
They lost their all-pro left tackle and replaced him with the worst left tackle in the league.
Okay.
Was there last year? He's the number one running back last year?
They lost their left tackle.
Yeah, the same offense last year. It was the system. It was the system.
So let me say this. Mo was saying they lost their left tackle last year. Okay, which gave them.
Wait a minute, they lost their all-pro left tackle to Cincinnati.
Okay.
And picked up the worst left tackle in the league.
So I'm gonna say this.
So you lost one guy. You lost one guy on the offense.
Left tackle.
Oh, wait a minute. How was Brock Purdy? How was Brock Purdy when he did not shirt wings?
Wait a minute, time out. Hey,
how is
Davis? Wait, hold. Time out. Davis, are you on the line? Rich Davis, are you out there?
I am.
Okay.
I am here.
Now you just heard what he said, right? About the left tackle.
What about him?
You heard he said they're not the same team. So you're telling me the left tackle was that big of a deal on Kansas City offense? They lost they lost the all-pro left tackle. He's saying that is not that important. Do you agree with that statement?
He's not all that important, the left tackle?
Yes. The all-pro left tackle.
I agree with that.
They can't see had.
I didn't say that. But it was the left guard, though.
Left guard?
They lost two.
They left the guard and the tackle?
Guard was just out for the Super Bowl. He was there for the whole season.
So
the only person that sent off from last year was the left guard.
But
left tackle left last year to go to Cincinnati. Orlando Brown Jr. And they picked up Donovan Smith, the worst left tackle in the league.
What? Wait a minute. I'm still confused. I don't even know what's happening right now.
So okay.
I don't understand.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me say this. So, Rich, the reason why I brought you in for that conversation is because when we were talking about Purdy and them 3 losses he had in a row, and the conversation you brought up was, he didn't have his left tackle either, and I said that's fine. I understand all that. I get that, but he still got to make plays, right? But now that Tom's saying something completely different on the left tackle for Kansas City, that is not that good. Okay, so you lose your Pro Bowl.
Hold on, let me finish. Let Cam finish.
So you lose your left tackle, right? And I mean, our conversation, Rich, was okay. I get he lost his left tackle. That's big, but still, he got to step up. He got to win those games. Those 3 games, the 3 games that he missed, the 3 games that he lost, 2 of those games, left tackle wasn't in there. We're talking about your all-pro left tackle. So Kansas City loses their guard and their left tackle this year, and you replace him with the dude by the name of Donovan Smith, who's probably, I don't even know where he's rated as far as being a left tackle, And now you're telling me it's not that important. Well, it is that important. But again, but again, like Coach Gray said, it's the system. It's the system that Kansas City runs. Like I'm gonna say this: Justin Watson is not. He's a rookie. I think he's a rookie.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
So you're telling me that the team they had last year, the only difference is the guard.
No, that's not what I'm telling you. But Mo was telling you that that's one of the reasons why that you said. No. Mo said the left tackle and the left guard moved on, so that's two different positions. Coach Gray says it's the system that they run.
Was there though,
right? So I'm saying this. But wait a minute. But wait, let me go back. So you have Edwards Leclerc, who's in his fourth year. Never he don't even get on the field no more. Okay.
Well, I had to look my fantasy.
You got Pacheco in the second year, who wasn't a starter last year. You have you got Perrin, who's a second year guy. You have another running back that's a rookie. And I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do this. Blair Gabbett got 12 years. Jerry McKinnon got 10 years. Wait, no. I'm getting to a point. Travis Kelce has 11 years. Austin Ritter, who's a center, 7 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have Mike Purnell Jr., defensive tackle, got 10 years. If you were to average out, if you were to average out the years of experience that Kansas City has, it might be right around 5 years total team. Because they got a lot of rookies on the team. They got a lot of. I'm looking at their team right now. You got guys got 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's more single number guys on their team than it is double digits, and a lot more 2, 3, and 4 year guys. So the thing about it, and I don't even know if they're all starters. I don't know if they're all starters. But the thing about it is, though, it's like Coach Gray was saying, it's the system that they run. But to sit here and say, but to sit here.
What I'm saying is the success that you see in a system is like the Patriots. We had many superstars in and out of that system. Many, for well reasons. Right? All those guys who came in, Randy Moss, the system never changed regardless of who in their personnel. That's what you see in a dynasty. What is a dynasty? A dynasty is you don't change your system. You just change people in and out. It's the same way.
But you keep talking.
Had a system.
You keep talking about you keep talking about Cheetah.
You all over the place about age. You all over the place about silly things. Oh no, don't. I want to know. This is what I want to know, plain and simple. Did the Chiefs have the same team after they did this year, minus the guard?
They have.
Yes or no?
They have no. I'm gonna tell you no, because they have.
It's not a guard. It's an all-pro left tackle.
All-pro left tackle. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They got 12 guys. They got 12 guys on the team that are rookies. They got 12 guys on the team that's rookies. They have.
Is their offense the same as the personnel? The person.
Kev, let me explain this to you.
you asking the personnel the same from last year?
Yeah.
First of all, the number one wide receiver wasn't there. He's a rookie.
You said out of 11, they only won.
Two.
But you're still
So,
Joe
Left tackle
Toomey.
and number one wide receiver.
Same as this year.
Exactly.
How is it not? They got the same person. Because hold on. You're doing a lot of talking and they ain't doing enough listening.
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, Rich. Talk to him.
Okay, Rashid Rice, rookie. Juju Smith-Schuster is no longer on the team. He was there last year. Right. And of course you had the missing left guard. The all-pro that was out yesterday.
Left tackle. We're not talking about a guard.
What is their argument? The argument is
It's not a guard.
it's not a guard. That this team is different than they had last year. So you just said they only lost 3 starters on the offense from last year. It's the same team.
Okay, so let me ask you. Wait a minute. So let me ask you this question.
Was he there last year?
Yeah, but he didn't start.
What did I just say?
He didn't start. He didn't start.
He was there last year.
I said no.
Was he?
He was.
He came from the dead. He was there last year. He was on there.
He was there last year, but he wasn't a starter because they had Juju Schuster. Justin Watson.
Right.
Justin Watson.
Last year.
What is Justin Watson? That guy caught some passes yesterday. What is his?
He caught passes last year.
He
was there.
I'm not. I see. I'm not. This ain't a question that nobody knows.
Can I answer?
I'm just answer. But let me ask you a question. Hold. Does Sam? What difference is? Wait. Before you do this, Mo, I gotta ask you this question. Was the same team that San Francisco had last year to this year?
No.
What's different?
Well, yeah, basically.
You had Chase Young. You didn't have Chase Young.
So
that's defense, not offense.
What?
And if he's talking about teams, I know he's not talking about defense because it's like 5 different defensive starters that they could pay for because they didn't have the.
The offense different from last year.
So what does the offense from last year? So let me ask you a question.
It's the same as this year.
So let me ask you a question. What happened to the offense during the season that they didn't get the number 1 seed this year?
They struggled.
Hell yeah, they struggled.
They struggled.
So what happened? So what happened during the season? Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. The Las Vegas Raiders gave everybody the blue book on how to beat Kansas City, and nobody used it. Nobody used it.
Bill Belichick. Why not?
Because you know what? Certain athletes play certain ways. Everybody can't beat teams the same way that you beat them.
Well, all I know, and this is Patrick Mahomes from that ball. He's gonna win his Super Bowl and go down as the great quarterback of all. They should play the regular season.
And if
Lombardi Trophy, they're gonna put it back.
So you telling me
based off of your measures, you're absolutely right.
If y'all
going to eclipse any quarterback, even Tom Brady.
Exactly. If you go by what they talked about today, you're absolutely correct. It's absolutely correct. But the thing about it is, you still got to play the game. But the thing about it is, though,
what's the difference between Tom Brady and what's the difference between Tom Brady and Mahomes on that measuring stick? Tom Brady had any wear and tear on his body. He wasn't beat up. So he allowed him to stay in the game. As long as Mahomes stays healthy, he will eclipse that.
Yes, he will.
He will eclipse that.
It's just that he's just that special. But the thing about it is that I think this year coming up, this football year coming up is going it's going to be but see, you know what though? The thing about it is though is you still got to play the game. But the thing about that is that Kansas City's motivated now to do something nobody else has done. They're motivated now. So, but you look at it. Vegas got San Francisco going back to Super Bowl next year. I don't got San Francisco going back. I think Detroit. If Detroit can get it together and stop going for fourth downs when they should be kicking a field goal, then they might be there. Green Bay looks really good.
It might be able to help him, guys. He's not going to have to do the same as they did.
No, I think the coach learned the lesson. I think he learned the lesson.
No, he didn't. Because DNA. Yeah.
No, I think he learned the lesson because because the thing about it is you play with they play with house money this year for real. Let's be real about it. They play with house money because in all actuality, Detroit should have been a second seed. They were second seed. They should have been second seed.
Analytics.
But the analytics say you go for the first. The analytics say you go for the 2-point conversion. Great, Mo.
Detroit could have been first. Detroit could have been first if they won that Dallas game.
But the thing about it is, though, you learn from your mistakes. Like he said in his interview, He said I will be a better coach at the end of the games now than I was right now because he's like, what? They ain't gonna fire me. Now I gave them something. I gave them something to look forward to. The only thing they got to do is tweak a couple things here and there for Detroit, and the schedule is kind of in their favor.
They stopped running the ball. Detroit should have won the ball.
Detroit should have won that game.
If they ran the ball, they would have won the game. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
But that's a hypothetical.
The game last night, right? It was a 4th-and-1 call in overtime, right? 4th-and-1. And what was the call the coach called? Whose hand did he put the ball into?
And Patrick Mahomes' hand.
He put it up to Patrick Mahomes. He called a rollout pass, which was an option. He either was going to run it or pass it. Right? So in a situation like that, you know there was a thing out on Brady out. He was ready to pass it. You have to know which option is.
Take the ball to Pacheco, post the grass down, and instead of work coming down around to block the hole, he let it open.
But that's part of the what is it?
That was a read option play.
Right. And isn't it supposed to ran all year long? Read options, choices.
Yeah, but you just called it a rollout pass.
But did he roll?
But it's
an option.
But
option is.
But a read option is a rollout pass.
It's not a rollout pass.
Yeah, because if you roll out and the pass out there, you can run the ball. Right?
It's an option.
If you roll out in the pass,
back to keep it and run, or running.
No.
Because the defense scatters. When the defense scatters, the whole area opens up 15 yards.
I'm still confused why you called it a rollout pass,
but what you're not.
It was a read option.
A rollout pass. The same thing. They're both the same. Hey, Dave, Rich, they're both the same thing. Is this that us older guys call it a rollout. Us older guys call it a rollout. It's the same thing. We just call it a rollout.
It's option passes. They're both the same thing. They're both the same thing. They're both the same thing.
What I'm saying to you, if I'm the Detroit Lions, I'm not changing a thing. I'm not changing anything.
Look where Detroit is this year, and they'll be the same way next year.
It wasn't because the 49ers were a better team last week. It wasn't because they were better. It was a coaching decision. That's it. They came from behind.
The coach is the one that cost them the game.
They cost the 49ers last week. 0-7. It cost the game last night. So you give wait a minute. You give Patrick Mahomes all this love coming back up today and winning that game. But you say, when in the same breath, you're going to say that San Francisco didn't deserve to be there even though they came back and won the game. So what I'm saying to you, what I'm saying to you, in an overtime situation with experience one out. That means the commentators took and in God 30 take his team down to a situation to win the game. He did that. Yeah. If you notice that he marched down the field and got a field goal under 2 minutes. That's what you do. That's what you asked the quarterback to do. He did that. But there was only one problem. He left time on the field for a quarterback. Again, that's not what I said. What I said was, you give Patrick Mahomes all this credit for what he did yesterday on the comeback, but you're going to take it away from San Francisco when they did it not once, but twice in a row, and they were down 17 at their half. They came back and won a game, but the Rodgers didn't win it. Detroit lost it.
Well,
yes, they did.
Yeah,
absolutely. You're crazy. Excuse my friend. I'm sorry about that, kid.
No, that's not. No, it's not saying that I get no credit. What he's trying to say is it came down to coaching. And Campbell went forward on 4th downs. If you don't go on 4 downs and they kick the field goal, it's a different story. That's all he's saying. He's not saying.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
So, you think you gave them a coaching yesterday, right? That's what you said? Yes. Okay, so what's the difference between yesterday when it came down to coaching for Andy Reid and coming down to coaching with Alton and for Dan Campbell?
Patrick Mahomes. That's the difference. Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Listen to me. Listen.
The Detroit Lions coach believes in analytics.
I know.
And nobody else does.
Davis, I know where you're going with this. I get your point. But what I'm saying, no, because when you got, let me say this to you. In basketball, you got a point guard, right? He's supposed to be an extension of the coach.
Yeah.
So if you got a good point guard, he don't have to look at the coach to make a call, to make the play. He already know what he got to do. Right? So that's what Patrick Mahomes is to Andy Reid. He's an extension of him. Brock Purdy's not that guy. And Goff is not that guy. That's the difference in what he's trying to say to you guys, is that Patrick Mahomes makes the difference up because he's still the extension of the coach on the field, not off the field. That's what he's trying to say. He's not trying to move the goalposts, but he's just saying to you that's the difference in winning and losing games because you have Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. If it comes down to
a minute. He said it came down to coaching.
it does come down to coaching.
Like that's what I'm saying. You can't keep moving the goalpost, and then you say, okay, so it's gonna come because Patrick Mahomes. Like, come on, you keep moving the goalpost.
No. Again, I'm saying to you, Patrick Mahomes is an extension of the coach.
Kicking this can down the road, and all you going to agree with it.
Because he's right. Because he's right. He's absolutely right. Patrick Mahomes he's the difference maker on offense if you're trying to win the game. It's just that.
The game last night, Purdy did his job. Okay, we're not taking anything from Purdy. Nothing. So
his job that's like making him out to be the janitor.
What I'm saying to you is, the question was he capable of doing these things? He was. He took his team into the last, according to the last 2 minutes of that game. Unfortunately, they went into overtime, right? And in that overtime, he was doing it again until a defensive call came up and he threw an incomplete pass and they had to take it. I got a question for you, Coach.
I know the rules of the overtime was explained on the field.
That is explain that. If all of us were in the court today, and the judge said to us, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Yo, there's no way possible you should not know the overtime rule.
You have coaches. You have a infrastructure that somebody should have told him what it was, what the situation was, if he didn't know. That's why you have a company or whatever. It's communication.
But then we go back to coaching, because Kansas City knew, or they said they knew the rules.
They said we don't actually know.
They said they knew the rules, but you had several players on the 49ers didn't know the rules, and they're not the only ones. I guarantee you, just probably 50% of the players in the NFL don't understand the rules of overtime. It's not that complicated. It is not that complicated.
And I think
there probably is.
They have to go do it.
All right, guys, we got to move on. Mo, Black History moment.
Give me 1 second. I had to change computers.
Okay. Dana, do you have a Black History moment?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead while Mo do his thing.
Okay, my Black History moment is in the public. Gladys Knight.
In the Pips.
Gladys Knight. On May 28, 1944. I'm sorry about my phone. Is this still my phone?
Yeah, your T-Mobile sucks, man.
Hey, I wasn't on the laptop.
Go ahead, though.
Gladys Knight on May 1944. No man of soul. American singer, a 10-time Grammy winner. Night, let's see. Oh God. Okay, Night recorded in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. There was another special artist her family. I mean, there was nothing. I skipped the whole line. And 80s, recorded with her family. Known as the Blue Gladys Knight, along with her brother, her cousins, her two cousins, Alan Knight, and William Gant, and Edward Patton. and genres included R&B, gospel, soul pop. She has recorded many hits, has two Billboard albums, and also the thing I just let it is back in. But her number one hit of all time is she's still going strong, still making the hits, performing from the spot. I know back history moment.
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah,
Thank you.
yo, you was mumbling a lot there, so you gotta hear me get that computer, man. I'm gonna do mine, and Morgan do his.
All right,
Mine's is long time maritime history of Black people on the Chesapeake Bay. And Mo and Coach Gray, I want you guys when I get done, tell me if it still goes on right now. Chesapeake Bay is the largest industry in the United States and internal to the maritime history of a mid-Atlantic region. Yet history overlooks the vital contribution of Black people to succeed to the success of the maritime industry. Enslaved enslaved Africans were brought to America with generations of ancestral maritime skills such as boat building, net making, oyster, and crabbing. And I want to let Santos, is that his name? The governor in Florida? Is that his name? Yeah, let him know that they already had these skills before they came to the United States. Talking about we're gonna teach it. We showed them how to plant potatoes and all that. Carry on, man. Shut up. Go on somewhere, sit down. Let me see where I'm at. White merchants saw the maritime skills that enslaved Americans possessed. And in 1796, almost 70 years before Emancipation Proclamation, the federal government started issuing seaman protective certificates. These certificates allow Black men the same rights as white men in many cases of free papers. Chesapeake Bay was a major part of the Underground Railroad, a network of safe houses run by abolitionists who worked to free enslaved Black people by bringing them north. Many Black people escaped the South by using ships that allowed them to board and cross the Potomac River. Black men opted for this escape route because they could be mistaken for Black fishermen. Frederick Douglass escaped slavery via train, but he presented a friend's seaman protection certificate as free papers. After the Emancipation Proclamation, newly freed Black men turned to work the waterways as sailors and captains, crew members, boat builders, seafood processors, and fishermen. The symbolic multiple log canoes seen to this day on Chesapeake Bay were first built by slavesmen Aaron of York County, Virginia. Frederick S. Jewett, a Black inventor, created a crab grabbing system, back fin, claw, blump, that is still used today to grab crab meat. By the late 19th century, Chesapeake Bay was the main supplier of oysters in the United States, with Black oystermen outnumbering white oystermen, which made oysters a lucrative career for Black men in Chesapeake region. Due to the flourishing oyster market and heavy involvement in maritime manufacturing and waterway trade, Black people had an abundance of jobs that allowed them to create tight-knit communities in that area. These communities are still prominent Black communities along the Chesapeake. Without the hard work and inventions of our ancestors' knowledge of Black people, the profit trade and flourishing maritime industry of Chesapeake Bay would not have been possible. So Mo, you live down that way. Coach Gray lived down that way. Do they still have though? Is that probably still owned by, is it still predominantly Black people that live in that area, Chesapeake Bay?
I would say no.
I'd say no.
Okay.
I could have next week.
Okay. Okay.
We know this. Okay, you talk about ownership.
Yes.
So many people black folks don't own anything anymore for whatever reason. So I don't want to say something that that's an easy research for this week.
Okay, Mo, go ahead with yours.
I have no idea why my screen is like frozen.
My screen is like frozen.
I think StreamYard don't like me.
StreamYard don't like me.
It must be hosted out of Philly.
It must be hosted out of Philly.
You know what?
Anyway,
my
Black History Month is why we have Black History Month.
We have Black History Month.
Carter G. Woodson. Born December 19th, 1875. Died April 3rd, 1950. So he saw all the Cleveland Brown championships.
You know what? Stop being smart, man.
Anywho, he was born to slaves. He started his schooling in, well, actually, he was a kid working in the coal mines of West Virginia. So what you'll see is he graduated from Berea College, but he was not allowed to go to school until he was like 17. So it was really sad because he was an educated man, but he couldn't educate himself because he could never go to school because he always had to help out his family, which is what we saw as Black men before we were forced to go to school, because they wanted us in school because they wanted us to be educated, but they also didn't want us to be on the fields helping our fathers. And that's why a lot of people lost their land, which leads to what Kev was talking about in the first place. But we're not going to go into that. We're going to talk about Carter G. Woodson. So he actually graduated from Harvard. He got his PhD from Harvard. He was the second African American to graduate from there after W.E.B. Du Bois. He went to the University of Chicago as well. He could not find a job in education working for white schools, so he had to go teach at Black schools. He was known for eventually becoming the dean of Howard University. He actually did teach a little bit at Harvard when they allowed him to, but most times it was just at historically Black colleges. What you'll see, though, is he was the person that created Negro Week, which he actually founded because he decided to do it in February. Because I give Kev a hard time about this. I'm like, why we always got Black History Month in February, the coldest and the shortest month? He actually did it because of both people that were actually born in February, which were Abraham Lincoln and also, I always want to say Booker T, but it's not Booker T. It's Frederick Douglass. Because both of them were born in February, that's why he wanted the second week of February to commemorate them and to call it Negro Week, because they were two people that really gave their life to actually make it better for Black people or Negroes at that time period. So it started out as only a week, the second week of February, which we're in right now. So I thought it was very important to talk about that. But it eventually became Black History Month. And yes, they gave it to us because it was the coldest and the shortest month of the year, because that's what Black people get. We get the scraps. That's how it started in slavery. That's how it's going to continue to be until things change. And things aren't going to change until people decide to come together. We can't even agree on if Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. How are we going to eventually come together? I don't get it. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. So, but the good thing about it is now we have, well, because of Carter G. Woodson actually coming up with different ideas, publishing papers, coming up with Negro History Week, we have Black History Month today. Where we go from here is up to us. We need to unify. We need to be better. That's why the page is called Just for Us, but it's not just for us. It's for everybody, but it's about highlighting us to make sure that we know that we are just as good as everyone else. Everybody's the same. It's just about how we go from here. So, even though the Browns will never be the Steelers, we all are good. The 49ers still got 5, while the Steelers and the Patriots got 6. The Miami Dolphins will never get right because they in Miami and they don't care about football. I think I've offended everybody on this call now, so I think I could be quiet. Congratulations. I have offended everybody. Oh, yeah, I forgot one person. Philly. That's why my screen is frozen. Go ahead, have fun with Rocky. I don't care no more. I don't even care no more. Just freeze my screen every time.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, Tom, you said you had a Black History moment.
Yep.
What you
I
got?
want to fast forward. 10 years from now. Patrick Mahomes is the greatest black quarterback ever.
You sound like
You think so?
you sound like a straight hater. You sound just like a straight hater, man. Hey, real quick, everybody.
No, I'm not.
Everybody,
I'm just telling you the truth.
everybody, we got everybody on the line right now, right? So,
I'm watching the Super Bowl now.
okay. So, I want
On
everybody.
T-Mobile. He'll get through it by tomorrow.
Yo, stop. I want everybody to think about this for a minute. Okay. What two Super Bowl teams would you love to see play each other? I'm gonna go first. Mo should have his. I think I don't see Matthew's not on tonight because he got a messed up voice as well. I think Dana should have something. Everybody else can think about their teams, but these are my two teams right here. I would like to see the 2000 Ravens play the 1999 St. Louis Rams. Best offense against best defense. That would be a sight to see. That I would love to see those two teams play each other because of how good the St. Louis Rams offense was and how good that 2000 Ravens defense was, because their defense was the reason why they won the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer probably had his best game ever in that Super Bowl, but it was the defense that got them where they stood. Mo, what you got for me?
I'm going to the best defense ever. And I hate to say it ain't the Steelers. 1985 Bears versus the 2000 Rams. That's the best defense. That's the best offense. Even though I know the Rams would kill them because the Bears weren't that fast on defense. If they hit them in the mouth at the end of the game, you never know what happens.
All right, who
I got one too.
Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Lou.
All right. 72 Dolphins. That should be and the 85 Bears.
Oh, the Bears is out there. 85
I
Bears.
almost went there. But the 72 Dolphins don't deserve to be in there. They weren't that good. They wouldn't have beat the 74 Steelers.
Dana, who you got?
Okay, I got the 2000. I got the 2000 Patriots with the 85 Bears.
You said 2000 Patriots.
I think the 2000 Ravens.
Okay.
The 2000 85 Bears. 2000 Ravens.
Oh, that
game will be defense.
That would be defense. Rich, what you got? Rich, you out there?
Oh, I had no mute on.
All right, no problem.
I'm going to take the 84 49ers against probably the 2002 Patriots. Was that the year that they won the first one?
Yeah, I believe so.
And I think they were like the number one defense. The Niners was the number one defense every year.
Yeah, that would be a good one too. Tom, what you got for us?
94 49ers against the 2024 Kansas City.
Oh man, the hate is so deep.
You try to play.
The hate is so deep.
He played the Super Bowl on Madden after the game to make sure that they won one.
Coach Mo, what you got for us? I mean, Coach Gray, what you got for us?
Well, I'm gonna take the 2000 Ravens, 95 Cowboys, or the 94 49ers. That's a toss up.
Oh man, Yo, that'd be good. That would be good. And I know that they did this before on Madden, but I'm just you just think about this, man. When you have the number one offense against the number one defense, it don't really happen that often that you see that.
Right.
And I think we'll probably have an opportunity to see it more now than we were back then. So I would love to see the Rams that greatest show on turf play, but the Bears or the Ravens defense. I would love to see that. That would be something outstanding. Now the Rams, when they did win the Super Bowl in 2000 or 1999, they came back and played Baltimore in St. Louis, and they beat them. They beat them that following year. And I told my brother's a Raven fan. I said, "Yo, I want to see both of those teams get to the Super Bowl." To me, that would have been the perfect Super Bowl for me. So we all got different thoughts.
Can I get another one?
Go ahead.
Your greatest show on turf gets the 94 Niners.
The 94 Niners.
They compare against each other. In the same, they in the same.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Can I get another one?
Go ahead.
I'm going to say the 94 49ers against, I think it was the Colts.
With
Crush them.
we talking about with Peyton Manning.
I'm talking about Edgar and James. Oh no, Edgar and James there?
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was there.
Falk was gone already.
Yeah, Falk was gone. No, Adrian James might have been there then. He might have been the running back.
They would get crushed. Oh, he was title with the Colts though.
Yo, that's real interesting.
The 94 Niners would run them off the field. I don't know, because Torrey Holt, Dallas Clark, and Marvin Harrison were trying to play with. Excuse me.
You see, he didn't say it. He didn't say it. Big.
So hold up. Who's guarding Marvin Harrison? Who's guarding Marvin Harrison? I'll tell you, 21. Lockdown. Prime time. Get it. And then who else? Come on.
I would love to see. Love to see Mel Blount versus Jerry Rice in the 70 rules.
Look at the roster, baby. We're gonna look at the roster.
Jerry Rice ain't catching the ball. We're in the 70s. We killing y'all with the 78 Steelers.
You just said roster. They would get crushed. I don't know about all that. I do.
You put it in the 70s rules?
Wow. Hey, I got a question for you guys. Deion Sanders against Randy Moss. Deion Sanders against Randy Moss. What do you think about that?
Randy Moss is mossing him all day.
Randy Moss against Deion Sanders.
He's getting mossed.
Dan Marino.
Moss.
Dan Marino.
Moss.
No, he wouldn't. Yeah,
Mel Blount versus Calvin Johnson.
Oh. Ronnie Lott against anybody. Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott ran past.
Ronnie Lott against anybody.
Ronnie Lott was 50, man. He wasn't a cornerback.
You know what? Because he was on the floor when they do that. He was quarterback.
Wow. All right,
So that you have Tom Brady.
Okay, guys.
Still getting it.
Hey, do we got Curry on the line?
We might.
Do we have Curry out there? We got. Hey, do we got Curry? Wait a minute. We moving on. Do we got Curry on the line?
Jerry Curl Prize.
Is Curry on the line? I got somebody from Winston.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, great. So let's talk about some college football real quick. So we're looking at college football right now. We got UConn 1, Purdue 2, Houston's 3, Marquette's 4, Arizona's 5, Kansas is 6, North Carolina is 7, Tennessee is 8, Duke is 9, and Iowa State is 10. Curry, who do you see in the top 10 that's playing the best basketball right now out of the top 10?
How about that? UConn.
I haven't watched. I'm be honest, I haven't watched any basketball at all because it's so it gets me. It's so inundated. I can't. It just it soaks up too much of my brain. Why do you think UConn is playing the most impressive basketball right now?
I don't know. They just playing and all right now. They're a tough team, top to bottom. And I don't know why they're playing so good. They just playing. They just great. It's a good team.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule right now. They beat my Georgetown Warriors 89-64. They got Purdue, Marquette's number 4, Creighton 17, Villanova, Seton Hall, Marquette again, Providence, man. Then we go. Now that's when we get into the March Madness thing right there. That's what That's what I'm waiting on. The March Madness. In female basketball, South Carolina is 23-0. Ohio State is 21-3. Stanford is 22-3. Iowa is 22-3. And Texas number 5 at 22-3. Can Caitlin can she be the next best thing coming in women's basketball? I do watch girls basketball. Yeah. She has it all. She can pass. She can dribble. She's just an overall good basketball player. I just don't know how she gonna. I just want to see where she goes from here to to the pros. Where how does she fit in? Do you think she's gonna be elite, like rookie of the year? Does she make the team better that she goes to? You guys think that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if she's gonna be rookie of the year, but she'll be in the conversation.
Okay. So I know I'm a Connecticut fan.
I mean, I think she might be overshooting it, bro.
And
well, we know the hood rap.
Oh my gosh! If they don't get it together, LSU, if they don't get it together, man, they're gonna be out of this tournament, man. I don't know if you guys saw the situation that happened before, but the coach got on the floor with ranting and raving.
Yeah.
No.
Like real shit. Yeah, she's a hood rat.
And
you're a racist.
No, stop.
I'm black. I can't racist.
Yo, stop. We're getting off a beaten path here. All right. So basically, what I'm saying is that I think she's gonna be a good player in the pros. Moving forward. Now, Mo, is you still frozen? Mo still frozen. Can you talk, Mo?
Nope.
I can hear you, Mo.
You asked me, can I talk? If I say something, that means I'm here.
So Mo has this. Mo got a segment called Mo Moment. So what's on your Mo moment for the day, Mo?
All right. So I know a couple of 49er fans on here are hurting. They went and played Madden last night to make sure they won a Super Bowl. So what I wanted to do was really think about moments. So I want all of you guys to think about your highest moment that you ever had in sports, your lowest moment that you had. I'm gonna give you some ideas. From all three of my teams. So I'm a Steelers fan. The worst one, no question, is losing to the Cowboys in '96. Because if they didn't win that one in '96, I know they won a couple in the '90s, but I'm just gonna say they hadn't won one since the '70s. And they would have been so much better than
They
had
would
the
have been so
Cowboys
much better
lose.
than had the Cowboys lose.
So of course it's the Neil
So of
O'Donnell
course it's the
interception to
Neil
Larry
O'Donnell
Brown,
interception to Larry
whatever
Brown,
his name is.
whatever his name is.
I'm still hurting to this
I'm
day
still
about that.
hurting to this day about that.
Highest moment for the Steelers.
Highest moment for the Steelers.
Santonio Holmes catching
Antonio
that ball.
catching that ball.
When he caught that ball in the back of the
When he
end
caught
zone,
that
I
ball in
didn't
the
think
back
he
of the end
caught it.
zone, I didn't think he caught it.
I was like, yes.
I was
I
like,
did
yes.
if y'all remember the
I did
Matrix
the,
when
I remember the
when
Matrix
Neo
when
catches when he catches what you call it,
when he
the two
catches what
guys
you
and
call
pulls
it,
them up
the two
in
guys that
Matrix
pulls
2.
up in Matrix 2.
Yes, that was my moment
That
right there.
was my moment right there.
Yankees, I will never forget where I
I will never
was
forget where I was
when
when
Layritz hit that
when
home run
Larry
against the
hit
Braves.
that home run against the Braves.
I will also never forget
I will
where I
also
was
never
when
forget where I
we let
was
the Red Sox come
when we
back
let the
from
Red Sox
3-0.
come back from 3-0.
Still worst moment of ever
Still worst moment of ever.
because we're the first team to ever
We're
lose
the first
3-0.
team to ever lose 3-0.
And the Celtics.
And the Celtics.
Worse,
Magic
Johnson,
Johnson,
that hook across the lane.
that hook across the lane.
That still hurts.
That still hurts.
Still hurts.
Still hurts.
Best one though.
Best one.
KG when we ain't got
KG,
game
we
7
ain't
when
got
he's
game
about to
7
fall
where he's
and then
about
he
to
just throws
fall,
the ball off
and
the
then he just
backboard
throws
into the
the ball
hoop.
off the
I'm
backboard
like,
into
it's
the
over.
hoop. I'm like, it's over.
I knew it was over then.
I knew it was over then.
It felt good when we won game 6, but I didn't want to feel that good until
I
game
didn't want to
7.
feel that good until game 7.
Even though the '86 Celtics
Even
team
though
was
the
the best
86
team I've
Celtics
ever seen in basketball. That
team in
team was
basketball.
crazy.
That team was
Still,
crazy.
2008 was the best moment
2008
that
was
I
the
had.
best moment that I had.
All right, so
All right, so
let's talk to Dana. Let's get this out the way. Muffle
let's get
man.
this out the way. Muffle man.
What team? What hurt the worst?
What hurt the worst?
What was the agony of defeat?
What was the
What was
agony
the
of
thrill of
defeat?
victory?
What was the thrill of victory?
Oh, the agony of defeat when the Lakers had all those all we went to the finals against the it's 2 of them. It's that one when they went against the Pistons. We got swept. And when the Celtics, that's one of the agony of defeat. And when the Celtics beat the Lakers and I saw Kobe cry.
Okay.
And my great moment is when the Knicks came back and won the championship. The top Celtics beaten. That was my great sports moment.
You said when the Knicks?
When the Knicks?
Celtics.
No, I'm saying when the Lakers beat the Celtics.
When the Lakers beat the Celtics?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Okay,
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
So I know
I
know when you saw Crowley cry, I hurt.
I hurt.
I cried myself.
I cried myself.
When we lost to the Red Sox. That's still the worst feeling I've ever had.
Still the worst feeling I've ever had.
I was beating up.
It feel like a 49ers fan beating up their own TV. All right.
Next year.
I heard next year.
So who you want next? We got. You want me to call them out because I can see
You
them.
can call them out. You can see them.
Call them out. You can see them.
All right, let's go with Rich next. What you got, Rich?
A greatest sports moment?
Yes.
Any sport?
Yeah,
any sport.
Any sport.
I mean, our greatest sports moment was when Serena Williams tied the Grand Slam title record. And my worst sports moment was when, I mean, there's so many. I mean, really, we could go last night.
Yeah, that's so fresh.
fresh.
Okay. That was your coach fault.
Okay. Coach Gray, what you got for us?
Yeah, man, my greatest sports moment was 1980 when Magic Johnson came in the league and beat
And I think it's Celtics was first championship in 1980.
No,
The worst was
they beat the Sixers.
75.
They beat the Sixers that year.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was 75 when the Cowboys played the Steelers and tight end missed that
Jackie.
touchdown in the end zone. I'm not sure what year it was. Oh my God.
Jackie White, right?
Jackie White, right?
And Kev, you know I forgot the worst sports moment I ever had, right?
Yeah, that's the tight end.
With Mo.
You know which one I'm talking about. You know our worst sports moment.
Our worst sports moment.
Oh, I'm great.
I'll let you
Ours.
say it though. I'll let you say it.
I'll let
You
you
talking
say
about ours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Lou, what you got for us?
All right, my bet. The 1984 Stanley Cup Final, the regular season, bringing that 54-year curse finally.
Mm.
And the worst. Oh, we're not going to get trouble for this one. The Red Sox trying back to be the final review of the ALCS in 2004.
Okay.
Next.
Hey, Kev.
Yes.
Hey, let me change my worst moment. This is real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Real quick. The worst one was when I heard there's a club in the parking lot, and this game was never the same.
All right. Tom, what you got for us?
Greatest sports moment has to be Game 7. El Portland, Kobe to lob the Shaq to complete the comeback.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worst sports moment? Anytime the Celtics beat the Lakers.
That's a lot then. That's a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Curry, what you got for us?
Yeah,
I was going to reverse my agony of defeat was when I watched the Dallas Cowboys beat the Miami Dolphins in the 1971 Super Bowl. But the thrill of victory came the following year when they went undefeated and beat Washington in the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Not to mention that they did also win in '73. So that was my agony of defeat and my thrill of victories.
All right, for me, the Rams Rams playing the Patriots in 2000 or something like that, and they kicked that field goal, and they lose, and my son wakes up in the middle of the night and said, "Dad, I had a dream." I said, "What you dream?" He said, "I dreamt that they missed the field goal." I said, "Son, that ain't a dream. That was reality. We lost." My son cried so hard. For me, for the Celtics, I gotta say, I gotta say, Lenny Byers dying is probably the worst thing for me.
You know it.
Because Boston would have went on a run right there. We wouldn't. I'm telling you right now, Michael Jordan, he probably be as good as he is, but Lenny Byers would have been right there with him. I'm gonna say that. That to me, that was probably the lowest part.
There would be no conversation about LeBron and Michael Jordan. We would have seen the conversation.
The Dodgers, I think, losing back-to-back World Series, and find out that we got cheated. For the Browns, for the Browns, it's the drive, the fumble, the kick, all of the worst moments for me. For the Browns, the best moment.
What about the 1 yard short?
The who?
1 yard short. We came up short in the Super Bowl by 1 yard, right?
Who?
No, the Rams won that one. They beat the Titans.
The Titans came up short.
My bad.
And the best moment for me, for a Browns fan, was when we finally beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs. Modern day Pittsburgh.
Petty.
Modern day. Because when I was growing up, and Curry and Coach Greg can contest to this, Cleveland used to tear Pittsburgh's behind up. I'm telling you, they were slam. Yo, Terry, I remember Terry Bradshaw getting clothesline, the Turkey Jones clothesline.
Yes.
Then Mean Joe Green goes and he slams Brian Sipes on. He picks him up and slams him on out of balance. Slams you. Yo, you talking about some football? Them dudes were tough. Those dudes were tough, man. Those dudes were really tough. When what they call football now ain't football. This is flag football right now, for real, to be honest with
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, well, you mentioned that too, because when y'all were talking about matchups in the Super Bowl, I was working on something, but I was listening. But I was thinking the '66 Green Bay Packers against the 2024 Kansas City Chiefs, just how much the game has evolved and how much the rules have changed. It would be interesting to see those two teams play and what rules would you play? Their rules in '66 or the rules now?
you.
Would the game have to be played in black and white?
Black and white.
On tape delay.
On tape delay.
Oh my goodness, man. Yo, that's crazy right there. So that's Mo's moment right there. Next up, man, this is the NBA. Mo, he hates he hates the Lakers and he hates the Sixers. I hate the Lakers, but I just like the Sixers. I respect
I don't hate the Sixers.
I don't hate the Sixers.
I hate
you.
Philly.
Hate Philadelphia.
I hate Philly.
Yeah, you hate Philly.
Exactly.
Philly.
Right.
But if you guys noticed, there were like 40 trades this weekend. I'm sorry, I think it was 29 trades and 40 players that got displaced to go somewhere else. Matter of fact, Marcus Morris got traded twice. So it's a good thing he didn't get on the first flight because he'd be going to get a connection to to go somewhere else. So in the process of everything, the Lakers end up getting Dinwiddie ends up getting bought out, and he's going to sign with the Lakers. Dana and Tom, you both guys are Laker fans. Does that move the needle for you guys in the realm of things? Because I can't see him and Angelo playing together, even though they kind of like they played together before, but I don't think Dinwiddie will start.
Let me start by
Go ahead.
let me start by saying I am a Lakers fan. I'm not.
Okay. Tomato.
Okay, you know that.
Tomato. What's your take on it?
Yeah. So no, it don't move the needle.
Dana, what's your thoughts?
What was that question again?
The Lakers signed Dinwiddie. Do you think that's going to help move the needle for them to be better than what they are right now?
No. Got to get rid of D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, you said D'Angelo?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to go.
So
you got to go.
Okay. So
we need a rebuild.
We got the All-Star game coming up this weekend. We got the East against the West. I'm glad they got back to that. I'm just hoping that they can go into the United States versus international team. Yeah, because and the funny thing about it, I think that's Coach Gray that said already. What's going to happen in 2 years? They're probably going to push it back to they're probably going to be March 1st. They're going to have an All-Star game because Super Bowl is going to be played on February the 18th or something like that in 2 years. So that means that they're probably trying to add another game to the schedule for it to push it out that far. So I don't know. I don't know if football is trying to take over the whole month of February or not, but they're sure enough on their way. Excuse me. So looking at basketball, as a Celtic fan, I'm okay with what they're doing. I'm not happy right now. I'm really disappointed in my club because they don't have that fire, desire that they need that Marcus Smart brought to the table. Now they did play Cleveland. I mean, they played Miami the other day, and they got kind of heated. And I don't understand. I understand basketball, but I understand it's a profession. But at some point, when are you gonna get mad at your opponents? Why is everybody friends? This is not what that's supposed to be like. I mean, you helping other teammates up and things like that. You have to have somebody. And I'm gonna say this: if Boston doesn't win the title, it's because they don't have that dog in them. And I'm not really confident in them right now because the games that they lose to good teams. Like they lost they lost to Denver 100 to 102, and Tatum gets a tech for hanging on the rim, which you take that point away, we still lose the game, but the game could probably change differently. They lose to they lose to the Los Angeles Clippers, get blown out at home. They got the full fledged everybody on the team. Boston don't have certain guys playing. I don't get that. I don't understand it. It's like nobody wants to be the big dog no more. Nobody wants to step out off the porch and say, "Yo, I'm here. Come get me. This is what we're gonna do." I just don't understand the direction that the NBA is going in right now. I don't like it. It's more becoming more entertainment than it is basketball, which it really hurts my feelings because I love basketball. But I got to talk about the New York Knicks as well because New York has made some moves and they made some good moves. Now they've lost a couple games, right? The 7-3 in the last 10 games.
Yeah.
But if you watch them play against the Dallas Mavericks with 8 players, they had 8 players. That game was not over until about 50 seconds left in the game. So that just lets you know that Tom Thibodeau is doing something right with that team, and that when he gets his full-fledged players back, they're gonna be a hard team. They're gonna be a hard team to stop. And
I hope so.
but that's the thing. That's the thing I like about that. Because they play hard, you know. And then I got to talk about LeBron real quick. Then you have LeBron James who says, "Why we need to have playing games when that's how they got in the playoffs the last 2 years." You know, sometimes you say things you don't think about what you're saying, but now you needed it. You need the playing game to get to where you got to get to now. And they're 28 and 26, right? But they're ninth place. So that means they got to play 2 games to get into the playoffs, which now I think everybody's okay with that now. I don't have a problem with I like it. If you think about what Brooklyn did, I mean not Brooklyn, but what Miami did last year by losing to Atlanta, they didn't see the Celtics until the finals, and I was planned for them to do that because they felt like they could beat Boston, and they did beat Boston in a 7-game series. Um, I'm impressed with the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Clippers, even though we thought the Clippers were not going to be good, that team is coming together. They're 8-2 in the last 10 games. They're coming together right now. They're half a game out of first place. To me, I think the Clippers are the front runners to win the NBA title because they got the experience of Kawhi Leonard, who can play defense and offense. You got Paul George, who I'm hearing might not re-sign back with them. He may go somewhere else. And then you got James Harden, who's just playing his role, and everybody else is filling in the spots for them. So that's my take on the NBA. If you guys got any take, let me know. We got about 5 minutes left. Is something else you want to talk about? We can talk about something else, sports related.
Well, the NBA is up for expansion in 2025.
Oh yeah.
So that might be the reason why they pushed the All-Star game out because the schedule's going to change. And it makes sense, right? Because I think Las Vegas is one of the places that Shaq and LeBron is battling for to be owners. I think they're going to try to put 2 cities. I'm not sure what the second city is.
The second city is going to be Seattle.
You remember also, what is it? What's the second city?
Seattle's definitely going to be one of the cities.
Seattle? Seattle.
Yes.
And then, remember you have NBA in Africa. 12 teams in Africa.
Yeah, that's really big.
Also part of that. Yeah. So it's a business, man, and it's entertainment through basketball. Yeah, they make a lot of money through football, basketball, entertainment. Because those 2 sports right now are the biggest entertainers than all the sports that you see. Because baseball is not an entertainment sport; it's a pastime.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, because I think And they might, in my opinion, they might as well go ahead and bring Seattle in. They might as well do 4 teams because 2 is gonna make it uneven. So you bring in 4 teams, and then you settle down on that right there. But I know Vegas, I know Seattle definitely won because they've been promising them to have another team. And Vegas is the other team because I think they already built. I already think they already built the stadium for basketball out there already with the thought mind. And if they're looking at if they're looking at 2 years out, that means LeBron would have to retire because he couldn't be an owner and play basketball. So
that's right.
He could run it through. He could run it through his his company, and you can also take the name off the ownership for a while to show no bias. But it's business. It's business, man, and
I agree with you.
You agree with me on what?
Clippers. I agree with you that the Clippers are front runners.
Yeah, they're playing. They're really playing.
Kawhi wants to play.
Yeah, and now the only thing about that though is Kawhi ain't played a full year in over 5 years probably. So if they can, if they can play teams and they take them to the limit of 7-game series, then that's going to be a better. That's going. And if you look at the West, you think that's going to happen because everybody's so close entwined to each other. From 1 to 6, there's only a 5-game difference, right? So every team probably has beaten each other at some point in time during the season. So you can count on that series. No, I don't think nobody's gonna get swept from 1 through 6, right? So if they move on to the next round, it's a good possibility that you're gonna play a 7-game series. I look at I look at Boston, I look at Cleveland, I look at Milwaukee. Milwaukee has to get this thing right, even though they got 19 losses. And I don't understand why they fired their coach. I have no clue because Doc Rivers is one in whatever with this team. I don't think Doc Rivers is the answer to turn this team around at all defensively. I'm sorry, I don't believe in Doc Rivers. You get a defensive coach, then that I kind of believe you. But Doc Rivers is kind of all over the place. You know, I really don't understand the concept of why they got rid of my man, and the dude that replaced him is going to coach the All-Star team with a losing record. I'm totally confused on that. I'm not saying I don't like Doc Rivers, but I'm totally confused on that because one, Doc Rivers can't beat the Celtics, okay, in the playoffs. That's been shown in Philly. You know what I'm saying? He can't. Boston only team that he took to the finals, and look what he had. He had three superstars on his team. So I don't know if that's going to work for Milwaukee. And again, I think New York is probably the scariest team in the East for real.
He couldn't beat the Lakers when he was with the.
Huh? What did you say?
I said he couldn't beat the Lakers.
He beat the
He
Lakers.
did though. He did in 2008.
He did in 2008.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right.
And he won Perkins away from beating y'all again.
Won what?
One Perkins. If Perkins doesn't get hurt in Game 6, I don't think you guys win. That killed us. They killed Boston right there. All right, guys, I'm at 2 hours already. Appreciate you guys calling in. We're gonna have more moments again. We're gonna do Black History again next month. So if you guys got something you want to bring to the table, we're willing to, let you guys do your thing on the air with us. It's a lot of fun. We had a good conversation today. As far as football is concerned, the only thing we're looking forward to now is maybe the combines, in the draft for free agency.
Hey now.
XFL is merging with the USFL.
You ain't know that?
USF.
You ain't know that?
No, I'm saying you got something to look forward to in the spring, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's like watching the Browns win a championship.
Yeah, okay. 11-6, that's what I gotta say. Matter of fact, but I know you gotta go, Mo, because you gotta put your son to bed. But can you please explain to us in less than 60 seconds why y'all cut the quarterback that won 2 playoff games for y'all, got y'all in the playoffs, and y'all cut him. Now y'all have no quarterback controversy. Can you explain that, please?
That's the wrong quarterback. We cut Mitch Trubisky. We didn't cut Mason Rudolph.
I'm just saying.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I know I'm wrong. I was being sarcastic. Yeah. All right, guys, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. Hopefully, I get my voice back. Had a good
Happy birthday, Kev.
Thank you. Had a good birthday weekend, man. I chilled. Me and my wife went to the movies. Took a hot bath as usual. I'm going to take another one when I get done with this. Get all this stuff out of my system so I can have a voice tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me again as usual. Dana, call T-Mobile.
Yes, sir.
Call T-Mobile and tell them they need to fix this because we're trying to get you back on top.
Okay. Sorry for you.
StreamYard, I'm sorry for hating on Philly. Give me back my access.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get more.
All right, guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Where we at here? Where's my music? Oh man. I inbox people like, yo, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I lost my voice.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by KD from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart. The Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Murray E. Baskerville from Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk Radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.